So, these boxes right here, these are the new animatronics we just bought from the auction. They've gotten a lot of history tied to them, and I'm sure that the guests will love to see these guys once more.
You know we've been struggling financially for the last couple of months. Are you sure this is a wise investment?
Oh yeah, these will make the arcade way more interesting. These animatronics came from that old, famous horror theme park that shut down a year ago.
You mean Fright Sanity? That park. The one with that creepy demon mascot.
Yeah, that's the one. When they shut down, they auctioned off everything they had, including the old animatronics.
But why did they even shut it down in the first place? I thought they were really popular?
I don't think they've ever specified a reason as to why they shut down. I know some people claim that the park was truly haunted, or that someone got seriously or fatally injured there. Something along those lines. I don't believe in silly ghost stories like that at all.
Dwight, what if there actually was a fatality that happened there, and the place was actually haunted? What if these animatronics are also haunted too? Then what? It's not like you can just sell them back or return them.
Oh, calm down. That's just a silly ghost story, Samson. If something bad actually happened, I'm sure it would have been everywhere in the news. Anyway, stories aside, could you please help me with unpacking and assembling these?
Fine. I suppose it won't be too difficult.
Alright, thanks. Oh, I forgot to mention, we've got a new employee coming here on Monday. Do you think you could give him the rundown of this place?
Sure, I can show them around a mile. Should be no problem at all. Hello? Hello. I'm one of the co-managers of this place, the Final Stage Arcade. If you're hearing this message, you must be the new security guard. I just wanted to leave you a little message and explain a bit about this place, just in case you're completely new here. So, as you may have heard, this place has not been doing too well lately. People just aren't as interested in arcades nowadays. We've been starting to struggle financially, and the boss of this place has been trying to come up with new ways to bring people and money in. He told me about this theme park or something like that. It was a horror-themed theme park, and they had this terrifying demon lady thing as their mascot. I can still see that thing in my nightmares. Anyway, this park was said to be cursed, but most people just thought it was some silly ghost story. Well, it turns out they were wrong. Turns out the park was indeed cursed, and one day there was this terrible incident. Nobody wanted to go back there after that. Not long after the incident, the park closed down due to lack of visitors and lack of funds to run the place. They sold off pretty much all the stuff in the park, including some animatronics they had there. The boss of this place thinks those old animatronics could bring more guests into this arcade and hopefully more money. Problem is, those animatronics weren't built to entertain. They were built to scare and terrify people. He thinks he can just reprogram them to entertain guests instead, but he's had no success. Those machines have a mind of their own. Some of those animatronics seem to just wander around a bit, and they don't like it when people stay past closing time. The only machines I've seen wandering around so far are Fangdroid and Chuckles. Chuckles is the one to the far left on the stage. He has a big grin on his face. He's like this black and white jester thing. Fangdroid, she is the one with the long dress and white and red hair. You'll probably see those two moving around a bit tonight. You can keep an eye on them through the cameras. If they get too close to the office, just shut the door. Do keep an eye out on the power though. You've only got a limited amount. If you happen to run out of power, then, actually, never mind. You don't want to know what happens when you run out of power. Anyway, that should cover everything you need to know for now. Take it easy, and don't waste all the power. Good night! Hey, hello? If you're hearing this, I take it you had no problems with the first night and all was well. I just wanted to let you know about some other things you might not have seen. I don't know if you saw them on your first night, but there's more than just those animatronics on the main stage. If you look near the arcade machines, you should see a little blue corner. Well, in that corner is an animatronic named Lucent. He's an interesting one. Sometimes you might hear him laugh a little, followed by the sound of fast footsteps approaching your direction. If you hear some laughing at all, you're going to want to close the left door as quickly as possible. If you're not quick enough, then I don't know what'll happen to you. Oh, and I should also mention the prize counter. You might see a little plush thingy sat on a shelf. That black and orange plush thing on the shelf, that's Polly the puppet. Even though that's his name, I doubt he's even a puppet. I tried to pick it up one day and it was unusually heavy. Some parts of it felt like it was made out of metal rather than fabric. Well, whatever he is, I don't know. But what I do know is that he's sensitive to the dark. Whenever lights go completely off, he just seemingly moves around and ends up in some other place when the lights are back on. We figured it would be a good idea to have this light constantly shining on him, but it's not a foolproof solution. The light requires charging every so often, so you're going to want to keep an eye on the prize counter every so often through your camera. You should see a little charging button. You're going to want to keep that charged, and whatever you do, do not let it run out. If the light runs out completely, he'll just block the right-hand door or something. He can't harm you at all, he's just a little puppet. But if he's blocking the door and there's an animatronic nearby, yeah, that could be an issue. So remember, if you hear a laugh, shut the left door and keep the prize counter light charged. Got it? Alright, have a great night and I'll speak to you in the morning. Has everything been okay? I take it you're still alive and well if you're hearing this message. I just wanted to update you on the animatronics. It seems like another one of them has started to move around a little. We've noticed that Vox has now become active. He's the one on the far right of the stage. I don't know if you can see it through the cameras, but you might see he's holding a giant hammer. Apparently he was one of the original performers back at the old defunct theme park. He did some kind of circus performance with that hammer. In fact, all the animatronics you see here were based off performers and people that used to work at the park. Pretty cool, huh? I don't think there's anything else to cover tonight. I think that's all for now. I'll let you get back to work. See you in the morning, and stay safe. job so far, and I'm sure it's all going well for you. You've already knocked out the past 3 nights, so I'm sure you can knock this one out too. Not long before the weekend. Oh, and to give an update, the boss has been trying to reprogram the remaining animatronics, but still no success at all. Instead of reprogramming the remaining ones, he's now made the other ones active. You might have noticed that up until now, you've not seen Meryl or Azaleen move around, but they've now become active, it seems. Meryl is the one with the black dress, black hair, and those large horns. You're gonna want to be careful of her as she can move quickly. She'll move fast, and before you know it, she's right outside your office. You better shut the door quick if she's there. Azaleen is the one in the middle of the stage. She's a taller one with a black and white dress, closed eyes, and a little crown thingy. She behaves like most of the other animatronics. Hopefully you'll be able to take care of everything now that they're all active, but I'm sure you'll handle it fine. Just don't stress yourself and stay calm. Alright, that's everything I can think of. Oh, and I'm not going to be around tomorrow, so I'll get back to you during the weekend. Goodbye for now.